Welcome to another fantastic tale from the Dream Factory. Today, we bring you the story of four young scientists who embark on a thrilling space mission filled with mysteries and discoveries. What they uncover on a distant planet could change the future of the entire galaxy. Get ready for an exciting adventure where courage and intelligence are the keys to unraveling the unknown. The blinking light of the control panel lit up once again, casting colorful reflections on the faces of the four young scientists squeezed together in the main module of their spaceship. The excitement in the air was almost palpable, a blend of nerves and joy. Julia, the team's improvised leader, furrowed her brow at the monitor, where rows of codes and graphs flickered in a chaotic symphony. "We're getting close to the Alpha Nimbus planet," she announced, her voice carrying the perfect mix of determination and anticipation. "If we calibrate the trajectory correctly, we'll be the first humans to land there. This has to be perfect." Beside her, Leo worked feverishly to adjust the navigation controls, his hands trembling slightly. He thrived on challenges, but at that moment, the weight of the mission seemed heavier than ever. "Hang on, everyone, I just need..." He paused, twisting a lever and pressing two buttons simultaneously. "There. Trajectory adjusted, or I think so." His words were cut short by a loud buzzing noise that seemed to come from deep within the spaceship. "That's not good," said Alice, the team's engineer, as her small yet skillful fingers raced over the tools scattered across the maintenance panel. Her large glasses glinted as she worked. "It looks like one of the thrusters is overloaded. Don't worry, I'll fix it in no time." While she was busy, Miguel, the group's fourth member, gazed eagerly at the starry horizon through the spaceship's large window. "Did you all notice how much brighter the stars look from here?" he murmured, almost to himself. Miguel was the observant scientist, the one who always found beauty and possibilities where others only saw problems. Their mission was clear: to explore Alpha Nimbus, a newly discovered planet that showed potential for sustaining life. The team, nicknamed the Young Scientists, was made up of brilliant kids who had won a worldwide contest to lead the expedition. Between the ages of 9 and 11, they might have seemed too young for such a big responsibility, but their bright minds and passion for science made them perfect for the task. The spaceship they were aboard, the Audacious Star, was the first of its kind, designed specifically for missions led by young scientists. "Thruster repaired," Alice announced with a relieved smile, "but we might need to slow down a bit. I don't want the ship overloading again." Julia nodded and adjusted the speed. "Perfect. Let's prepare for landing." "Miguel, have you analyzed the planet's atmospheric conditions yet?" Miguel, already several steps ahead, turned around with a tablet in hand. "Breathable atmosphere, mild temperature, and wait, there's something unusual here." The group turned toward him. "The sensors are detecting energy signals and movement." "Movement?" Leo asked, his eyes wide. "You mean like intelligent life?" Miguel shrugged, still staring at the tablet. "It's hard to say, but whatever it is, it's coming from the central region of the planet." Silence filled the cabin for a few seconds before Julia stood up and placed her hands on her hips. "That just makes our mission even more important. Landing on Alpha Nimbus is just the beginning. We need to find out what's happening there." As the spaceship approached the planet, the team suited up in their space gear, prepared their equipment, and reviewed the landing plan. When they finally entered the atmosphere, they were greeted by skies painted in hues of purple and gold, with clouds that shimmered like crystals. The ground below was a patchwork of green and blue, covered in rock formations that resembled towering trees. "This is amazing," Leo said, unable to hide his admiration. "It looks like a dream." The landing was smooth, and soon the four scientists were outside, walking on the soft terrain of the planet. "Miguel, can you track the source of that energy?" Julia asked. Miguel glanced at the tablet, now displaying a holographic map of the planet. "It's coming from that direction," he said, pointing toward a distant mountainous formation. "Looks like some kind of cave." The team began their journey toward the cave, encountering fascinating creatures along the way. Small luminous spheres floating in the air like fireflies, plants emitting sounds that resembled music, and rocks that glowed when touched. "Don't forget to document everything," Julia reminded them. "Every discovery is crucial for our research." Alice snapped photos with her specialized camera, Miguel collected samples, and Leo jotted everything down in his digital notebook. When they finally reached the cave, they noticed that the entrance was adorned with symbols that seemed ancient, yet oddly familiar. "This is incredible," Alice said, running her fingers over the carvings. "It's like someone's been here before." Julia frowned slightly. "Maybe we're not the first visitors, but who came before us?" Inside the cave, the light dimmed, but the young scientists turned on their flashlights and continued exploring. The path led them to an enormous chamber in the mountain's center, where something extraordinary awaited them. A giant structure made entirely of crystal, pulsating with a soft blue glow. "This is the source of the energy signals," Miguel said in awe. "But what is it?" Before they could investigate further, a soft sound drew everyone's attention. It resembled a whisper, but it felt alive. Suddenly, from the ground, glowing shapes began to emerge. Figures made entirely of light, gently floating above the floor of the chamber. "Do not be afraid," said a voice that echoed throughout the room. "We are the guardians of Alpha Nimbus. You are welcome here." The group stood in awe as the shimmering figures approached. "Are you the ones responsible for this planet?" Julia asked, her voice steady despite the excitement. One of the glowing figures nodded. "We have cared for this place for generations. The crystal you see is the source of balance and life for Alpha Nimbus," explained the Guardian, its voice resonating with a soothing, almost musical quality. "Your presence here is significant, as you possess something rare." Curiosity combined with courage. Julia stepped forward, her gaze fixed on the luminous crystal at the center of the room. "Why are we here? Is there something we can do to help?" The glowing figure smiled, radiating a comforting energy. "You are here to learn. The future of the universe depends on minds like yours, unafraid to explore and protect what is precious. The crystal holds knowledge about maintaining life in harmony. We, the Guardians, are here to share this with those who have open hearts and minds." Alice approached the crystal, captivated by the pulsating glow that seemed to respond to her presence. "It feels alive," she murmured, reaching out carefully. Meanwhile, Miguel excitedly analyzed the energy data his tablet was collecting. "This is unlike anything I've ever seen. It could change everything we know about how planets sustain and thrive." Leo observed the scene, taking in every detail of the magical moment. "If we can understand this," he said with hope in his voice, "we might be able to use the knowledge to help other places that need balance, like Earth." The glowing guardians began to float around the young scientists, forming intricate patterns and symbols in the air. "This will be your lesson," the voice of the guardians explained. "Take what you learned here back home and share it with your world." The crystal's knowledge is not just for Alpha Nimbus, but for understanding how life everywhere can be sustained through respect and unity. Over the next few hours, the young scientists participated in an extraordinary exchange of knowledge. The glowing figures explained how the crystal maintained the planet's balance, from the vibrant creatures that lived there to the mysterious rock formations. Every detail was absorbed eagerly by Julia, Alice, Miguel, and Leo, who all knew this moment would change their lives forever. When it was time to say goodbye, the glowing figures bowed respectfully. "You are now part of Alpha Nimbus's history. Return home and continue to explore with bravery and wisdom." Back aboard the audacious star, the group gazed out the window as the planet grew smaller and smaller in the distance. "I'll never forget this," said Alice, holding the small piece of crystal the Guardians had gifted them as a memento. "It's the start of something new." Julia smiled at her friends. "We did it. We're the first explorers of Alpha Nimbus, and I can't wait to see what impact this will have on our world." Leo adjusted the spaceship's controls while Miguel stared thoughtfully at the tablet filled with data. The mission was far from over. In fact, it felt like it was only just beginning. What an incredible adventure with the young scientists and the Guardians of Alpha Nimbus. If you love this story full of mysteries and discoveries, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. Together, we can explore more worlds and learn lessons that inspire the future. Where will this courageous team head next?